Hi, this is Andrew Freilich, a financial advisor here with Macco Financial Group. In today's video, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to access the Goals tab in Raymond James Client Access online login. This will give you access to the goal planning and monitoring software that we commonly use for financial planning in our meetings and allow you to make some of those changes and see kind of what if in terms of changes to the plan. So in this video, I'm going to assume that you've already created your client access login and been in there before. But just as a quick reminder, if you don't know how to get into it, you can always go to maccofinancial.com and click on client access here in the upper right hand corner. So once you're logged in, you'll see your Raymond James accounts listed here. Obviously this is an example, so we don't have any listed, but you'll also see any external accounts if you've linked those before. So what I want to do is go over to the Goals tab here in the center console, and what will usually happen when you go here for the first time is there'll be a software agreement that you'll be prompted for. But once you do that, you'll get this loading screen as well. And then once we're through here, we'll have this dashboard. And what this is pulled in from goal planning and monitoring from your specific plan. And what's coming in is the recommended scenario that we've built out. So just to walk through a couple things here, we see the goals. So this is our fictional character, Adam Smith. So we have the needs, which is just the basic living expenses and wants. In this case, all we had was travel to keep it simple. And then down here, we also have the current portfolio. So this will be any accounts that you would have with us. This will pull in those specific investments, along with any 401ks or 403bs or anything else that you have linked. We'll pull in those investments and show you that current portfolio. Additionally, here we have the net worth statement where we see the investment assets, other assets, total, and the liabilities subtracted from there. So if we want, we can always go into the details, and assuming we're detailed in our plan, in this case it's very simplistic, it'll show you that breakdown if you're ever curious. So there's a couple things I just want to touch on in here that are the most valuable for people in terms of wanting to see what if I make a couple changes to the plan. What if I retire early, or maybe we spend more during retirement? And the easiest way to find that is right here in the play zone. So this is based on that recommended scenario like I mentioned prior. But in the play zone, we have the ability to move some of the biggest levers in the plan. And these are the things that generally people are concerned about the most, right? So retirement age, spending, and then this is the additional spending goal. So in here, and this is a single individual, so we only have one, but we can modify his retirement age. So let's say Adam tells me, or he's thinking, maybe what if I retire at 60? Is this plan still going to work? So this is where it's recalculating it, and we see this change, and it says, well, 92% successful. Okay, well, that seems to me like I could still do that. What if I start spending more and retire 60? Well, how does that? Okay, my plan changes. And really what we want this to be is a catalyst for conversation, for you to come back to your advisor, whether that be me, Mike, Patrick, or anybody else in the office, and say, you know what, guys, what if we did this? And what if we made some of these changes? And we can give you then more of an in-depth breakdown of how that scenario plays out and what you might need to do now to make sure that that comes to fruition. So this is really the tool that I find the most useful for individuals and couples in this, is to say, what if we made some of these big high-level changes to our plan? So additionally, I'll just touch on a couple other things because I know there's some people out there that love looking and diving into the numbers with us. So I'll show you where you can actually do that on your end. So once again, we're on this right side. If we go to this Explore tab, you'll see a drop down similar to what you might have seen in a meeting with us while we're going through this plan. So commonly what we use is the combined details graph. And if we look at this, you'll probably recognize it if you're a client of ours and have gone through this before. This is the combined details based on average returns. And from here we see the current values, the additions, which in this case we don't have anything, or post-retirement income, the investment earnings, and the ending portfolio value for any given year. And then here we see when Adam Smith retires from his economics professoring, and we get this ending portfolio value here, and then we have some introduction of goals. So generally speaking, this is more of an in-depth look at how does every year break down. Another thing, if you go to this Explore menu and click on cash flow chart, this is a common chart that we use for people to illustrate your withdrawal rate. and some other information here. So this is where we see the portfolio withdrawal rate in the first year of retirement and how that might change when, let's say, Adam's 75. So those are some of the more nerdy tools that you have available to you in this plan. And once again, we want to use this as a catalyst for conversation on, hey, what if we made these changes? What if things looked a little bit differently than how we're planning on it right now? So additionally, there's some more details that you can go into. The last thing that I want to show you is this what are you afraid of tab. This is another area that's kind of high level in nature and will allow you to look at multiple things at once. So in this example, one of the things that I hear most commonly as well, I think Social Security is either going to get cut or not around. So we can say, well, based on your plan, if Social Security was cut 25%, we're going to look at this right here, this needs and wants, your plan success is actually really high. And then we can lock that in and look at some of those combined details and some of those other things. So once again, this is going to be used as a tool. It's something that we want all of our clients to use and say, well, what if some of these things happen? Because the more you use this, the more clarity you will have. So once again, this is in Client Access in the Goals tab. If for whatever reason you don't have access to this, we do need to initiate that as advisors. So if you go in here and you say, yeah, I really want to look at this, and you don't get into it, shoot us an email. You can shoot me an email or your lead FA and just say, hey, I want to look at my recommended scenario in Client Access, and we can initiate that, and you'll have immediate access to it. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. Numbers 920-617-6830. And if you have any specific tech-related questions, you can shoot me an email, andrew@maccofinancial.com. Thanks for watching.